Ground ball up the left side. Pass, roll in. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordan goes back. Two will score. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Friday afternoon from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota. This is the 2023 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree, and this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to irieins.com. That again is irieins.com. Game 2 of 6 that we have for you on this Friday here on your live event. Game number 1 went to the Ball Stars of the co-op of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood, Rossholt, a 13-3 over the Enderlin Eagles. Jarrett Fredrickson picks up the complete game win for the Ball Stars, and Channing Aker with 7 runs driven in, a grand slam in the second inning. So today between Central Cass and Kindred-Richland, the Vikings coming off a win over the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers yesterday, in which they defeated Oak Grove 20-6. That game counted as 2 Region 1 wins, so they're 2-0 overall, 3-0 in Region 1 with an 8-7 win earlier in the week at Northern Cass. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, a 6-3 win against Oaks, and they picked up another win as well earlier in the week. So they're 2-0 right now on this season here for the Central Cass Squirrels. The Squirrels, the back-to-back defending champion Region 1. The Region 1 baseball tournament a couple weeks from now. Crazy to think of as it gets underway on the 16th of May. And then here in Enderlin will host on May the 18th and May the 20th on that Thursday and Saturday. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups both for the Kindred-Richland Vikings and the Central Cass Squirrels. Central Cass, the home team on our Bank North scoreboard. Kindred-Richland are the visitors. We're back after this with the starting lineups here from Enderlin on yourliveevent.com. Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444. As we continue here from Hendrickson Field on our Irie Insurance pregame show, taking a look around the diamond here in Hendrickson Field. In center field to straightaway center to left center field, you see some snow that's still piling up a little bit on the warning track. So if that does come into play, if it's a line drive or a fly out that goes right into the snow, and kind of like Wrigleyville or at Wrigley where you have the ivy, that will be a ground rule double if you're unable to play it from that. So that's just something to make note of here. But let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Going to be clad in their blue uniforms here today, with Vikings across the front in white with white numerals as well. Here for Kindred-Richland, Mason Allmerts, the senior center fielder, batting leadoff, with Jack Wold, the junior pitcher, batting second. Jeremiah Doctor batting third for the senior catcher. From there, Max Upgran, the senior first baseman, batting cleanup. Jorgen Swenson, the shortstop, senior, batting fifth, with Bryce Whipley, the junior left fielder. He'll be batting 6th. Cody Thompson, the junior designated hitter, is batting 7th. From there, you have Grant Spellhaug, the junior third baseman, batting 8th. Owen Hoyme, the junior right fielder, batting 9th. And Andrew Traum, the junior second baseman, will be in the lineup here today for Richland. So again, from the batting order, it's Almers, Wold, Doctor, Opgran, Swenson, Whitley, Thompson, Spellhaug, and Hoyme here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. For the Central Cass Squirrels, head coach by Dustin Maggio for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. They're under the guidance of head coach Scott Milbrand. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they'll go like this. Carter Verkota, a junior center fielder, batting leadoff. Sam Covervig, a senior second baseman, batting 2nd. Brandon Mitchell will be on the mound for the Squirrels here in their first of 2 games they have today in Enderlin, followed by Carter Maggio, the junior shortstop and the son of head coach Dustin Maggio. Cooper Johnson in left field, the senior, batting 5th. Noah Macau, the sophomore first baseman, batting 6th. Mason Bussey, the senior right fielder, will be batting 7th, with Jackson Parker, the junior catcher, 8th. And Owen Cates, the junior third baseman, is batting 9th. So Verkota, Covervig, Mitchell, Maggio, Johnson, Macau, Bussey, Parker, and Cates here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Central Cass, 9 state tournament appearances. They've gone back-to-back in 2001 and in 2022. State titles in 1954 and alongside 2013. They've lost in the quarterfinals of the state tournament back-to-back seasons against Renville County and Jamestown, and to Lax Burlington, the Lakers, last season at Newman Outdoor Field. While for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 7 state tournament appearances, 5 as Kindred back in 2017 and 5 as Kindred-Richland, their most recent coming in 2017, and they made it twice just as Kindred in 1950 and 1959. They won a state title back in 2011, a 3-0 win over the Grafton Spoilers. So head coach Scott Milbrandt again here for the Kindred Vikings, while Dustin Maggio is the head coach here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Coming up after this game concludes, we'll have the Oaks Tornadoes going up against the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. And then we'll get to the last 3 games of the day between Central Cass, Northern Cass. The Ball Stars go up against Kindred-Richland. That game scheduled for 6 o'clock. Central Cass with Northern Cass, that game is slated for 4 o'clock. And Fargo Oak Grove, Northern Cass will round things off at 8 o'clock. Those games coming up later tonight. Then, barring Mother Nature and what weather brings, tomorrow, 6 more games slated. We would have a little brunch in baseball for you starting at 9 o'clock in the morning with Northern Cass and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Again, that is barring what the weather brings in kind of through the after hours and into the early part of the morning. But as of right now, everything is still on for the rest of today and tomorrow. For more information or any schedule changes, go to our website of Your Live Event or go to one of our social media pages. You can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter as well. So again, neither team really takes the infield here as they get ready for these games, getting ready for our umpiring crew, which we're starting to see them make their way with Cal Hamry going to be calling balls and strikes behind the plate here. So with the umpires coming up, that means we're getting close to the opening pitch here between Central Cass and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Again, in game number 1, went to the Ball Stars 13-3 over Enderlin. Aker with the grand slam, 7 runs driven in, while Jarrett Fredrickson picks up the complete game win here for the Ball Stars in game number 1. All these games compared to our coverage here last year, some of them were region counters, others were not, just depending on the game, where they did 5 innings or 90 minutes of baseball. But because of the weather and how everything has kind of worked out this season and just the very limited number of games that they've been able to play on the ball diamond, they rearranged this Jamboree to be more of all the Region 1 teams are coming in to actually play a region counter and try to get as many of these games in a one neutral field as best as possible. So Scott Milbrandt coming out here for Kindred-Richland, Dustin Maggio coming out here as well. Garrett will be in the field with Cal Hamry for our umpiring crew. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll put a bow on our Irie Insurance pregame show. That's coming up here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings! It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground, it's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th. This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net. Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th. Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck. For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime value such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
We come back here again. We're putting a bow on our pregame show, brought to you in part by our friends at Irie Insurance Agency. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. That again is irieins.com, providing again our pregame show here today in Enderlin. It's the Kindred-Richland Vikings and the Central Cass Squirrels here on yourliveevent.com. Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes with you here for this contest. Reggie Funk was part of our commentator for the last game here at Hendrickson Field. Calling balls and strikes will be Hale Hamry behind the plate. Gareth Hansen will be also the two-part umpiring crew here for this contest. A Region 1 game for both of these teams. And taking a look at the Region 1 standings from earlier here, it's just been few and far between to actually get baseball games in. And that's just kind of felt like it a little bit from COVID to what we had last year to what we had this year. It's been tough for spring sports to get going, but the Kindred-Richland Vikings 3-0 on the season, 3-0 in Region 1. Central Cass 2-0 on the season and 1-0 in Region 1. Northern Cass at 1-1. The Grovers at 1-2. And then you have the Ball Stars now at 1-0, both overall and in the region. Enderlin drops to 0-3, and the Oaks Tornadoes are 0-2 overall and 0-1 on the season. We're going to see all the teams here today, and then Fargo Oak Grove, they have a little bit of a choir concert and some extracurricular activities tomorrow, so the schedule again for tomorrow will not feature Fargo Oak Grove, but we will see Oak Grove in our next contest with Oaks and also the nightcap with Northern Cass here later today. So when you put all the games together of what these teams have been able to play, there hasn't even been 10 games total in the region that they've had, so it's one of those type of seasons again here for the spring. But all roads start to Enderlin here for the Region 1 baseball tournament. And then all roads go to the Magic City in Minot June 1st through the 3rd at Corbett Field is where the state baseball tournament will be coming up the first weekend of June. Last year, Central Cass able to make their way to Newman Outdoor Field on the baseball side, the same on the softball side, and for Scott Koss's team in softball, able to win the Class B softball championship. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, batting will be Mason Almers. First pitch is going to be in there at the knee for a strike at 12:42. We get things underway for Game 2 of the 2022 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. The pitcher on the mound, Braden Mitchell here. 0-1 pitch will miss for a ball, now 1-1. Johnson is in left field with Verkota in center. Bussey is in right. Parker behind the plate here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Jackson, the junior. The pitcher is a junior as well in Braden Mitchell. Here's the pitch. This one misses up high, now 2-1. You have Cates at third base. Maggio is at shortstop. Covervig at second with Macau at first. This one's going to be hit on the ground. A little too hopper to Covervig. Fires across the way to Macau, and that'll be 4-3 on the putout. One down here quickly in the top of the first inning. Sam Covervig coming off the tournament MVP here at the state basketball tournament just now as we get into May on Monday. You can still say technically a month ago in the capital city. Batting second, Jack Wood, the opposing pitcher, a junior. Doctor batting third again for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Righty, this one at the knee in there for a strike. Now it's 0-1. The Squirrels with their red tops today. The Kindred-Richland Vikings with the blue tops. The 0-1 pitch here for Mitchell. This one will run up, miss. Now will be 1-1. Hendrickson Field, able to kind of be the mecca of Region 1 baseball, feels like the last year and a half here. At particular times, getting a number of games in. This one going to be blocked in the dirt, now 2-1. Last year, the play-in tournament started here in Enderlin and then went to Kindred. Got about 3.5 games in. Finished one of those games here at Hendrickson Field last season in the Region 1 tournament. This one hit on the ground at Cates across the diamond. Good stretch. Nice throw. Macau there at first. It'll be 5-3 on the putout and 2 down here to start things off in the first inning. So a ground out to second, a ground out to third as Jeremiah Doctor will step into the plate here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Max Opgran due up next, and Jorgen Swenson in the hole here for the Vikings. As Doctor, the lefty, senior catcher, will step in. Here's the righty Mitchell. Swung on and missed, now 0-1. Again, this does count as a Region 1 contest today, both on your overall and Region 1 records here at the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. 0-1 pitch. That'll be missed in the dirt, now 1-1. Fun to at least say we've been able to get a couple of baseball and softball games in. Our first broadcast on your live event was just 10 days ago in the spring. This one's going to be hit on the ground right back to the pitcher, a 3-hopper to Mitchell. Able to flip it over to Macau, and that'll be 1-3 on the put-up. 3 up, 3 down on our Bank North scoreboard as we head to the bottom of the first inning. It will be the Squirrels coming to the plate here on yourliveevent.com.
Does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
3 up, 3 down for the junior pitcher, Braden Mitchell for Central Cass. Now the opposition for the junior, Jack Wood, will love to do the same thing here in the bottom of the first inning. Carter Verkota, Sam Convervig, and Braden Mitchell batting 1, 2, 3 for the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll get to Kindred-Richland in the field here in a moment. But for Central Cass, Carter Maggio batting cleanup with Johnson 5th, Noah Macau batting 6th. with Bussey, Parker, and Cates again, 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup here for Central Cass. Kindred-Richland, the Vikings, and the Central Cass Squirrels here in game number 2. Oaks and Fargo Oak Grove coming up next. That original schedule was 2 o'clock, but we'll see what we get here. If we get a pitcher's duel, get a little bit closer back on schedule. If we get two teams that like to get a couple runs like we saw in our first game, might be a little bit beyond the 8 ball here at Hendrickson Field. But last year I felt like we went to midnight for day number 1 for the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. And the nice thing is it's a little warmer from last year, so we will take that here in Enderlin. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you. Reggie Funk going to be joining the broadcast as well throughout the day here at Hendrickson Field. As right now the win, not having to worry too much about it here for the field of play. Did see one home run earlier in the first game of the day for the Ball Stars that went to one of the deepest parts of the park in left field, as with the train tracks in center here at Hendrickson Field to what you have in right to left, you can really find a little bit of damage to the alleys, both to left center to right center. Then if you hit one down the line, particularly left, you're going to have to try to get all of it. So as coming into the plate, it's going to be Carter Verkota against Jack Wold with Doctor behind the plate. Wold's right-handed pitch in there for a strike, and just like Mitchell, starts ahead of the batter here in the lineup for Central Cass. Wold with the 0-1 pitch, looks back into Doctor and delivers. Swung on and missed, now 0-2. Spellhaug is even with the bag at third. Swenson at short with Trom at second. Upgrand at first here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. 0-2 pitch on the way from Wold, the righty-righty matchup with Verkota. This one is going to be hit on the ground, and that's going to be a C&I single, at least for the moment, as Verkota rounds first, as Whipley does a good job getting it back in, but that's a leadoff single here for Central Cass as they have their first base runner of the day on our Bank North scoreboard. Whipley in left, Almers in center, and Hoyme in right here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. That was just a little bit of a three-hopper there, and Spellhaug just unable to get the backhand on it quick enough. So Verkota at first. Wold from the stretch. First pitch swinging. This one a chance for two. Swenson goes to Trom across the way. Not in time, but they do get the lead runner. So reaching on a fielder's choice will be Covervig. One pitch, and he climbs aboard. Verkota retired at second. 6-4 on the putout as Braden Mitchell will step into the plate. As Wold, where's number 5? Toes the rubber one more time now with Covervig at first base. Wold looks back the runner. And the first pitch coming to Mitchell will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Good news is the weather for next week looks awfully nice for the first week of May for spring sports, whether it's anything in between from track and field or getting on a ball diamond or a golf course. This one is laced to right center field. Will it shoot the gap? The center fielder, Almaris, cuts it off there. That'll make the runners at first and third. Good-looking inside-out swing by Braden Mitchell. Covervig goes to third base now. Runners at the corners, and the Squirrels, 3 batters in, are knocking on the door as they have Carter Maggio coming up to the plate. So good job there with Mitchell, as we'll have a courtesy runner coming in here for Central Cass. Logan Broughton will come on and run here for the Squirrels. And so far against Jack Wold, they're not wasting any time looking for their pitch early and trying to climb aboard here for Central Cass. So Broughton again at first base now with the courtesy runner. Good-looking pitch by Jack at the knee. That'll be in there for a strike to Carter Maggio at 0-1. Got ahead on Verkota. First pitch swinging with Covervig, and then just 2 pitches in to Mitchell's at-bat before there was a single into right center field. Runners at the corners again as Wold looks into the batter here to Maggio and the pitch. This one will hit him. The graze the left shoulder, so Maggio hit by a batter. And that'll be runners now at every base. Covervig at third. Mitchell, Broughton, at second. And Maggio's at first. Kindred-Richland brings the infield in here, trying to take down the runner at home if they can, with Cooper Johnson, the senior left fielder, coming to the plate. Wold First pitch swinging by Johnson, fouls it back. Highway 46 going to be kept busy throughout the day today with foul balls. This will be 0-1 now with Johnson. The senior left fielder, part of the Central Cass football team that was able to make it to the Dakota Bowl and play at the Fargo Dome in the championship this season in 11B football. 0-1 pitch. This one's going to get to the backstop. Coming in to score from third is going to be Kovervik standing up, and drawing first blood on our Bank North scoreboard is Central Cass. Braun will take third base. Maggio will go to second. That'll be a ball on the wild pitch coming in to score, and Central Cass takes the first lead of the afternoon. And the infield will play in again for the Vikings, trying to cut down the run at home if it comes. This one missing. Now 2-1. Noah Macau due up next for the Central Cass Squirrels. Rakota got on board with a single, fell behind in the count, 0-2. Kovervik reached on a fielder's choice and came in to score. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the Vikings, they'll have Upgrand, Swenson, and Whipley, the 4, 5, and 6 batters, due up in the top of the second for Kindred-Richland. Wold looks back to runners. 2-2 pitch. This one is popped up, and this one will be out of play over us here at the press box and on top of the highway. And it'll be 2-2. So coming in to score again is Kovervik. Runner at third is Broughton, as he was courtesy run for Mitchell after a single to right center field, and Maggio was hit by a pitch. Currently at second with a good secondary lead. And the 2-2. Breaking ball. That'll miss. First full count of this Monday afternoon here for Jack Wold on the mound. Friday afternoon. Feels like a Monday a little bit with how many games we have for you here on your live event. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and Wold gets his first strikeout here today. So 2 down with 2 on, as Macau will come on for the sophomore first baseman. Noah batting 6th in the lineup here for Central Cass, and a chance to break open the game a little bit here if he can get a single. This one will be in there for a strike. Now 0-1 from Jack Wold. Wold will look back into Doctor here behind the plate. Good-looking fastball that last time on the way to Macau. We'll see what he brings this time on the 0-1 offering. This one's going to be hit into right field. Coming in to score is Broughton. Maggio rounds third. The throw coming in going to be cut off, and it'll be a 2 RBI single for Noah Macau to right field. And the Central Cass Squirrels now lead at 3-0 on our Bank North scoreboard. Brian comes in. Maggio goes from second to home. Noah now stands at first base, and that's the third hit of the inning here for Central Cass. This one going to be in there for a strike against Mason Bussey, the senior right fielder. He'll be behind in the count. Now 0-1. As Macau takes his lead off of first, being held on by Opgren. This one's going to be hit in the air. A little bit of trouble. Almers comes in, loses his hat, but that'll retire the side for a fly out to center field. The Squirrels bring 7 up to the plate. They score 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 1 complete here from Enderlin. New score, Central Cass 3, Kindred-Richland scoreless on our Bank North scoreboard.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year. Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Top of the second inning as we go here on YourLiveEvent.com. For more games throughout the day, again, go to our website at YourLiveEvent.com, or for games coming up throughout the coming months of May, as well as kind of like Mother Nature, we're going week by week here, and fortunately next week looks like it should be a good weather week to get a myriad of games on. We will have Central Cass baseball in Thompson on Saturday, May the 6th. Kindred-Richland softball against Northern Cass on Thursday, May the 4th, just as an example. So, again, go to YourLiveEvent.com, and we'll continue to update and add some games, hopefully, instead of taking some off just because of weather and field conditions. But it just kind of feels like Groundhog's Day talking with a number of coaches from last year of where we're at this season here in 2023. The cleanup batter coming into the plate here, Max Opgrand here, the senior first baseman, takes a ball. So Max, Jorgen, and Bryce, the 4, 5, and 6, going up against Braden Mitchell on the mound. 1-0 offering. This one swung on and missed. It'll now be 1 ball and 1 strike. A grounder to Convervig, a grounder to Cates, and then a grounder back to Mitchell. Nothing left the infield in the first inning here for Mitchell on the mound. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Now it's 2-1. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including our scoreboard sponsor, Bank North, for providing coverage and allowing us to be here in Enderlin. This one's going to be popped up, playable. Mitchell calls everybody off about 10 feet away from home plate. Pop up, and that's 1 down here in the second inning. Bank North offers the perfect sync for your busy life with their online banking and mobile app. You can take them wherever you go. You can find a location near you, and also visit ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC and proud supporter of their community. So Jorgen Swenson steps in, looking for the first base runner of the day for the Vikings. This one will miss at the letters, now 1-0. The Vikings picked up a big win yesterday against Fargo Oak Grove, getting 2 region wins in 1. With the schedule, as the final again in that contest was 20-6 yesterday. Kindred-Richland over Fargo Oak Grove. Here's the pitch. This will miss. Now 3-0. So working ahead in the count was Max Opgrand, and now Jorgen Swenson able to do the same thing against Mitchell. This one will run in. It's a 4-pitch walk, and for Kindred-Richland, they have their first base runner here of the afternoon at Hendrickson Field. Been a mix of sunny and overcast skies at particular times, and temperatures about 48 to 52 degrees, kind of expecting throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening here. And for Kindred-Richland, looking to get at least a run, if not multiple runs back here in the second. This one splits the plate for a strike. Whipley, the junior left fielder, batting 6th, with Cody Thompson due up next. McCow holding the runner at first, and Swenson. Jorgen with a good lead. Mitchell with the throw. In there for a strike now, 0-2. Brandon Mitchell looking for his first strikeout here of the afternoon. Has yet to do that or give up a walk so far, the first time through the lineup here against Kindred-Richland. Mitchell, this one, good-looking strike at the knee. Hale Hamry rung him up. That'll be the first strikeout. Strike 3 looking, 2 down now in the second inning. Cody Thompson, the junior designated hitter, will step in. Quick pick throw to first. Not going to be in time. Coming up for Central Cass, it'll be 8-9-1. Parker, Cates, and Verkota will be coming up here for the Squirrels in the bottom of the second inning. This one is going to be foul back. Now 0-1 to Cody Thompson. Grant Spellhaug due up next here for Kindred-Richland if Cody can find a way to get aboard. Outfield playing pretty straight away. There is some room in both left and right center with where you have Johnson in left and Bussey in right now. This one fouled back to the highway again, and we'll make it 0-2. So Brandon fell behind Max and Jorgen, but got ahead of Bryce, got ahead of Cody, throwing 5 straight strikes now. And the 0-2 pitch on the way here for Mitchell as he looks back into his battering ram there with Parker behind the plate. The 0-2. Strike 3 looking, back-to-back punch-outs to retire the side, and we're 1.5 complete here in Enderlin. No runs, there was no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. An inning and a half complete on our Bank North scoreboard. Squirrels coming to bat, up by 3.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
As we go to the bottom of the second inning, it'll be Jackson Parker, Owen Cates, and then Carter Verkota here, the 8, 9, and 1 batters for Central Cass against Jack Wold and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. This one going to miss for a ball, now 1-0. In that first inning, 3 runs off of 3 hits. They did leave a runner on board. Kovervik came in on a wild pitch, and Macau had a 2 RBI single for Central Cass. This one fouled back. It'll now be 1-1. Jack Wilden was able to earn a strikeout, had a walk, and got out of the jam with a fly out to center field with Bussey. Here's the 1-1 offering on the way from Wold. Breaking ball, that'll miss. Now it'll be 2-1. Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here at the 2023 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. Coverage got underway 3 hours ago. This one in there for a strike. We'll even up the count now 2-2. Central Cass would love to add on to a 3-0 lead early here in the second inning and go through the second time through the lineup against Wold. 2-2 pitch will miss upstairs. Now 3-2. This will be the second batter that Wold has had a full count on here against Central Cass. 3-0 pitch upcoming here for Wold. This one's going to be hit to straightaway center field. It's going to one-hop in front of Almers here in center. And Parker will get aboard with a single. 4th hit here for Central Cass on this Friday early afternoon as you get ready for the weekend. Owen Cates will be coming up here, the junior, a third baseman for the Squirrels. Taking his lead off of first is Parker. And the pitch. That'll miss upstairs. That'll be 1-0. Carter Verkota due up next, and Sam Kovervig in the hole here. And right now the corner infielders playing even. Spellhaug actually a little bit in at third, trying to take away the bunt if it comes. This one will be in there for a strike, now 1-1. As Coach Maggio's across the way delivering the signs. Opgran holding the runner in Parker at first. Swenson and Trom playing up the middle. Swenson again at short as Wold looks back the runner at first. The 1-1. This one foul tipped. That will make it 1-2. And as you've seen a little bit throughout, we will have coverage of the North Dakota Lions All-Star Basketball Series, the Shields Softball All-Star Series, and the Optimus Volleyball Series coming up in June here on your live event. And the pitch. And this one actually is going to hit square on the back of Owen as Owen kind of went to duck. Hit him right on the vertebrae there, so that'll be the second free pass here for Wold against Central Cass, and runners will be at first and second. As for Gareth Hansen is our umpire at second base. We'll see Parker there at second behind him, the base runner. And for Central Cass, Verkota takes a strike. So Wold right now a little bit of a pickle here in the bottom of the second inning with the first two runners climbing aboard with a single and a hit by pitch. Verkota 1 for 1 today with a 0-2 single. Down 0-2 in the count, hit a single up the third base line his last time up. Bluffing a bunt, he did go around. Now it'll be 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes here, and Verkota finds himself in the same situation he was the first time. We'll have to battle here behind in the count. Wold looks into Doctor here. In the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 looking, and Wold gets his second strikeout of the afternoon. Both have been via the strike 3 looking. As Sam Covervig now will step up with one down here in the bottom of the second inning. So runner at second again is Parker. Cates at first. Jack Wold looking in here against Sam Covervig. And the pitch. I will miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Covervig reached with the fielder's choice back in the first inning and came in to score off a wild pitch. That was the first run of the contest for the Squirrels. As Wold right now laboring a little bit here in the second. But looking maybe for something on the ground in turn 2 here defensively. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball. This will get by the catcher Doctor and allow the runners to move up a base. So Parker will go to third. Yates will go to second. That'll be a wild pitch on that one as Covervig now will have it with a 1-1 count. One hop Doctor got in front of him, and Doctor just unable to break it. Now for Kindred-Richland, they will bring the infield in and try to cut the run down at home. So Covervig looking to put something up in the air. 1-1 offering will miss for a ball. Now 2-1. Sam heading to VCSU coming up in the fall for collegiate basketball. 2 balls, 1 strike here as Wold with the pitch. Good looking spot. Now 2-2, and now 1 strike away for potentially getting the second out here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-2 offering here to Covervig. This one is going to be popped up the right field line, but that'll be out of play, and we'll keep it at 2-2. Season going Region 1 for baseball. Central Cass over Northern Cass. Central Cass back-to-back region champs. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, so back-to-back punch-outs here for Jack Wold, and now there's 2 down here in the second. So 2 big strikeouts for Wold, and now 1 out away from getting out of the jam here in the bottom of the second. Braden Mitchell single with a run scored via the courtesy runner with Broughton in the first inning. As Mitchell digs into the plate here, runner at third base again is Parker. Cates at second. Wold, first pitch on the way. This one going to get by the catcher, the runner from third, and coming in, and will stand up doing so. So Parker will come in to score. Cates will take third base, and it'll be a 1-0 pitch on the way to Mitchell. We've seen that curveball a couple of times just really have that bite to it, and that's now 2 runs that have came in via the wild pitch here, and the second one now will be with Parker. Tough one there for the catcher to try to really get out and stop that one. This one will miss for a ball, now 2-0. Carter Maggio due up next for Central Cass if Mitchell can continue here in the second. This one will miss up, now 3-0 for Kindred-Richland in the top of the third. Spell Haug with Hoyme and Almers, the 8, 9, and 1 batters, due up for Kindred-Richland in the top of the third. Right now, Squirrels lead it by 4. And the pitch on the way with Wold. Taking the entire way was Braden, now 3-1. As Jack Wold looks back in, likes a sign from Doctor. 3-1. This one is going to be hit, and that's going to be through the middle of the infield for an RBI single. As Cates comes in to score, it's an RBI single on the way for Braden Mitchell and 5-0 Central Cass. So Mitchell with the run batted in. He'll take first base here. And then we'll have a courtesy runner on the way for him. So Broughton will come on to courtesy run as Maggio will step up to the plate. The sixth batter here for the Squirrels in the inning. They sent 7 to the plate in the first. Maggio will take a strike. Came in to score in the first with that Macau 2 RBI single. Was able to climb aboard with the hit by pitch. And Central Cass with 3 runs in the first so far, 2 runs here in the second. As taking a look back is Wold back at the runner here with Broughton at first base. Broughton's going to go. Check swing doesn't go. Here's the throw down to the second baseman, to Trom. Not in time, and stealing is going to be Broughton. So Broughton did a really good job on the way to take the lead off Wold. Holding up was Maggio there at the plate. As will now be 1 ball and 1 strike. So Broughton in scoring position here. And this one's going to hit Maggio for the second straight time. So hit by pitch the first at-bat, hit by pitch in the second at-bat, and now Cooper Johnson will come up to the plate as Scott Milbrandt will come on, and we'll see if he makes a change or if it's just on to have a little bit of a time here. Allow his pitcher Wold to recuperate a little bit. Jack Wold so far an inning and 2/3. Does have now a couple batters that he's hit in this inning. And the same for last inning. So far, there's been no walks. It's just been 3 hit by batters with 3 strikeouts. You have 4 hits so far against him. Make it now 5 hits against him with 5 runs. So coming up will be Cooper Johnson here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As Cooper, the senior left fielder, will be coming up to the plate. And this will be on the way here for Wold. This one's going to be hit right up the middle. The shortstop there, Swenson, goes to Trom to retire the side 6-4 on the put-up. There was 2 runs scored off a couple of hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 2 complete here in Enderlin. It's 5-0 Central Cass over Kindred-Richland on your live event.
ND.US. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year. Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show where we'll name you our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of this baseball contest and more. That's all coming up again here later on our post-game show once we get to that point. So far, if you're a fan of the Central Cass Squirrels, you've loved what you're seeing. If you're a fan of the Kindred-Richland Vikings, it's a matter of just stopping the bleeding a little bit, if you will, and then moving into having a good third here with your 8, 9, and 1 batter. So Grant Spellhaug will be coming up, the junior third baseman, with Hoyme batting second. First pitch swinging, jammed him, popped him up to Mitchell, who comes off the mound. And we've seen Mitchell make a play in front and behind the mound now on the pop-out. So 1 pitch, 1 out as Owen Hoyme, the junior right fielder, will step in now. 3 straight retired for Mitchell after Kindred-Richland had 4 straight retired before Swenson was able to draw a 4-pitch walk. So right now, Mitchell finding the rhythm without question here on this Friday afternoon. That one will miss. Now 1-0. Then it goes to Almers after that. And the top of the order here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Here's the righty Mitchell. That'll miss. That'll be 2-0. For Mitchell, today has done a pretty good job of getting ahead of most Viking hitters the first time through this lineup. This one will be in there for a strike. Now 2-1. One time had 6 straight balls between Opgrand and Swenson. 2-1 offering on the way as Mitchell pitches. That one will miss up now 3-1. Contest has started back at 12:42. Central Cass with 3 batters in the first that they went up against and just 4 in the second. This one will be in there for a strike now. 3-2 on the way to Hoyme. So this will be our first full count against Mitchell for a Kindred-Richland Viking batter. Here's the payoff pitch. That'll miss in the dirt, and it's a 6-pitch walk. Second free pass on the way for Mitchell. And the first time through the lineup, 2 strikeouts with 2 walks, no hits against with 3 grounders. As Mason will step up to the plate, this senior center fielder, grounded out to Sam Covervig at second, his first time up, as McCow holds the runner on at first. Mitchell with the pitch. This one will be blocked. Good job by Parker behind the plate. And that'll be 1-0. Jack Wold, then Doctor, the top of the lineup here for Kindred-Richland. Now it's just about passing the baton along the way a little bit and keeping the line moving down by 5. Here was some time still to play in the third. That one will be a strike. Now 1-1. Regular 7 innings of baseball throughout the day here in Enderlin on yourliveevent.com. Unless we get to that mercy rule. And this one, going to get to the backstop. But then it comes back right into the play just a little bit off McCow. Keeps the runner at first again in Hoyme. So 1 ball, 1 strike on the way to Almers. As Mitchell looks back the runner. Breaking ball in there for a strike now, 1-2. Central Cass next game of this Enderlin Baseball Jamboree slated for 4 o'clock against Northern Cass. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they will play the Ball Stars at 6. This one's going to be hit on the ground. Could be 2. Covervig gets the lead runner. Here's the throw to first. Not going to be in time. So reaching on a fielder's choice will be Mason. But getting retired at second is Hoyme. 4-6 on the putout as Jack Wold will step up to the plate. So the junior pitcher will come up with a ground out his last time to the third baseman, Cates. Nice job by Covervig getting the lead runner at second there with Maggio, but hustling down that first base line was the center fielder in Almers and able to stay out of the double play. So this one blocked. Will be a ball now, 1-0. Jeremiah Doctor due up next if Wold can get aboard. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they will bring McCow, Bussey, and Parker, the 6, 7, and 8 batters due up in the bottom of the third. Mitchell, 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike now, 1-1. Enderlin Baseball Jamboree, 6 games today. This is game 2 of 6. And 6 games scheduled again for tomorrow, barring what Mother Nature has in store. Here's the pitch. Check swing did not go through the zone. Now it'll be 2-1. From the original Baseball Jamboree, compared to this one, you had Hatton Northwood, Hillsborough, Central Valley, Midway, Minto, Harvey, Wells County was going to make the trek a second straight year. 2-1 pitch. This one is hit right on the ground back to the pitcher Mitchell, who flips it underhanded to McCow to retire the side. 1-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 2.5 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. The Squirrels up by 5. Coming to the plate next on your live event.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444.
As the Central Cass Squirrels will come to the plate here, up by 5 against the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Jack Wold on the mound so far, 2 innings of work, 5 hits against him, 5 runs with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. Noah McCow, Mason Bussey, Jackson Parker due up here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Whipley again in left, Almers in center, Hoyme in right for the Vikings. Then around the horn, starting at third base, is Spellhaug with Swenson, Trom, and Upgrand, and Doctor behind the plate. This one going to be swung on and missed to Noah. Noah so far with a 2 RBI single back in the first inning. Here's the pitch on the way from Wold, working ahead in the count, now 0-1. Breaking ball, this one going to be hit to left and right in front of the left fielder Whipley, and this one is going to allow on the air the runner in Macau to go to second. It'll be a single with an E7, and now for the Squirrels, they'll have their leadoff runner with another single and climb aboard via the air to second base. That one just kind of ate up Whipley a little bit and left. Thought it was going to take a little bit of a different hop than what it was allowed. So Noah will gladly take the extra 90 feet. Mason Bussey will step in now. First pitch swinging as well. This one comes across. Spellhaug, good-looking play. Nice pick by Opgrand to retire the side. That's a tough one there with Spellhaug, able to get in front of Swenson, and the one-hopper there with a really nice glove at first with Opgrand to get one down here in the third inning. So with that, that'll be 5-3 on the putout. And if Noah was at first base, he'd still be at second base right now on that kind of a grounder. This one in there for a strike to Jackson Parker. Single with a run scored back in the second. He led off the second with a single. In the first, second, and third, Central Cass has had their leadoff runner get aboard. The pitch, breaking ball, that'll miss. Now 1-1. Owen Cates due up next here for Central Cass. Squirrels with 3 runs, 3 hits in the first, 2 runs and 2 hits in the second. Wood looks back the runner. This one will be in the dirt. Now 2-1. Well, the Squirrels today just been very well balanced, and something that Central Cass fans have come accustomed to know here over the years. In Region 1 baseball, any part of the lineup can hurt you. This one hit right back up the middle. The second baseman, Trom, is there, fires across the diamond, and that'll move. And they're going to say he was not on the base, so Upgrand was not on the base. So it'll be runners at first and third, as Garrett Haugen here said that the first baseman again at Upgrand was not on first base. So runners will be at the corners here in this one. So taking it to third base will be Noah. At first base will be Parker. And that's going to be a tough one for Kindred-Richland. Instead of 2 outs with a runner at third, now it's runners at the corners with 1 out, and you got to bring your infield playing a little bit middle in unless you can turn 2 here with Owen Cates. This one's going to be popped up. It'll stay playable. The first baseman, Opgrand, calls everybody off for the second out. So 1 pitch, 1 out here. That's going to be a tough one for Kindred-Richland if the Squirrels can find a way to score with Carter Verkota batting for the 3rd time here today. So Verkota, 1 for 2 with a single back in the first, struck out looking his last time up in the second. Parker at first base. He'll stay put. This one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Frank Dobitz and the Oaks Tornadoes coming up next, as they will have a game with the Oak Grove Grovers, part of that Sargent County Oaks co-op for baseball. This one is going to be popped up and in the back of play now, 1-1. For the Vikings, Wold is 1 out away from getting out of a little bit of a situation where we've seen a couple of errors. That one in there for a strike, now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at the corners here for the Central Cass Squirrels. At third is Macau. At first is Parker. Wold is 1 pitch away from getting the bats up in the 4th. This one will be hit on the ground, foul up the third base line. This ballpark, again, very unique with the center field, or what is the football press box here for high school football games at Hendrickson Field. Enderlin has been part of all different classes in football in recent years with some of their co-ops and now 9-man. Here's the pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-2. Next season, these two teams, at least on a basketball front, in Kindred and Central Cass, will be in Class A. Richland will be in Class B next season. This one's going to be hit on the ground. A chance for Trom to redeem himself. This one across, and that'll retire the side for 3 on the putout. No runs in this inning. With 1 hit, there were 2 errors and 2 runners left on base. 3 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. It's Central Cass 5, Kindred-Richland scoreless. The Vikings coming to the plate.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings! It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground. It's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked it, and that's...
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Top of the 4th inning here for the Central Cass Squirrels, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings halfway through this Region 1 contest. Game that started at 1:42, about 50 minutes old right now as we're getting ready for the next game following this. That will be after the 2 o'clock hour, Oaks and Oak Grove. In between games, no infield. They just do enough to kind of touch up the infield a little bit, take a look at the mound, and alongside home plate. And then once the next crew of officials, umpires come on, they're ready to go. So for the Central Cass Squirrels, Brandon Mitchell still on the mound, going up against Doctor, Upgrant, and Swenson here, the 3, 4, and 5 batters. Jeremiah Doctor 0 for 1 with a ground out his last time up to Mitchell, back to retire the side in the first inning. This one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Top of the 4th, in the heart of the order here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So if there's a time to do some damage, it's right now. This one swung on and missed, now 1-1. Kindred-Richland 3-0 on the season. The Squirrels have picked up a couple of wins so far this year as well early on. And the pitch, that one will miss. Central Cass at 2-0 on the year. This will be now 2-0. So 2-0 for the Squirrels, 3-0 for the Vikings. Someone's picking up their first loss of the season. This one will be in there for a strike. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts so far through 3 innings of work. And the 2-2. Strike 3, swinging, and that's the 3rd strikeout here for Mitchell. So a strikeout back-to-back looking in the 2nd. As coming to the plate as a senior first baseman, Max Opgrand here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As Mitchell, 1 down quickly in the fourth. This one running in a little bit will be a ball now 1-0. For Central Cass, Cates at third, Maggio at shortstop with Covervig at second and Macau at first. This one will miss out of the zone, 2-0. Mitchell got behind in the count to both Max and the next batter, Jorgen Swenson. Last time they were up in the second inning. Righty-righty matchup, Mitchell. That'll miss low for a ball, 3-0. One of the 2 walks that we've had from Mitchell was a 4-pitch walk in the second to Jorgen Swenson. 3-0 pitch. That'll miss, and that'll be a second 4-pitch walk here of the afternoon for Mitchell. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they get their first base runner on here of the inning. They had a 1-out walk in the second, a 1-out walk in the third, and now a 1-out walk in the fourth. But that 1-out walk has resulted in not a run or even getting into scoring position. As there's going to be a balk here for Mitchell. Cale Hammery calls the balk, so there's scoring position now for Max Upgren as he will take second base. Swenson with a 4-pitch walk his last time up in the second. Now we'll bat with the runner in scoring position as Parker will come out with Mitchell and make sure they're on the same timeline here with the runner in scoring position when it comes to signs. So Mitchell right now has been awfully effective. 3 1/3 innings of work, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks so far here in this one. Looks back the runner at second and Opgren and the pitch. This one's going to be hit in the air and to left center field, and that'll be over the head of Verkota, and that'll one-hop the snow into the ivy, and that'll be a ground rule double. So it's a first hit of the day for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and it's an RBI variety for Jorgen Swenson, and Kindred-Richland climbs aboard, trailing it now 5-1. So Opgren will come in to score. Swenson will be at second base. First hit of the game, and an earned run at that here for Jorgen. Good-looking hit. Just went right over Verkota, having to play a little bit of the snowbank there in center field. So this will be Swenson with the RBI, and for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they're going to be hoping this is the part of the lineup, as we mentioned, that can get them back right in this contest here as Bryce Whipley will step up to the plate. This one will get into the backstop and allow the runner, Swenson, to get to third. And now all of a sudden, Kindred-Richland starting to get to Braden Mitchell a little bit here in the fourth. After a strikeout of Doctor, a 4-pitch walk to Max, a double with Swenson, and Bryce works ahead in the count 1-0 to Mitchell. This one swung on and missed, now 1-1. Third baseman Cates playing a little bit even and even on the infield grass here, where Macau playing even with the bag at first. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, now 1-2. Cody Thompson, the junior designated hitter, the on-deck batter for the Vikings. Whipley would like to put one in play here and get one at least to the outfield to bare minimum earn a sacrifice fly with the out. This one will miss, now 2-2. Most batters Kindred-Richland has sent to the plate today in an inning has been 4, and this is the 4th for the Vikings. 2-2 pitch, swung on and miss, and punch out number 2 of the inning, and out number 2 here in the 4th. But Cody Thompson, the junior designated hitter, will step up. Struck out on 3 pitches, and he struck out looking. His last time up, 0 for 1 today. Takes a ball, now 1-0. For the Squirrels, they will have their 2, 3, and 4 batters due up in the 4th inning. This will miss for a ball, now 2-0. But a large run there at third base here for Kindred-Richland. They can at least get 2 here in this inning and maybe add a 2-out rally is what they're looking for now with a 2-0 pitch from Mitchell. That'll miss for a ball, now 3-0. Spellhaug due up next here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And with Cody Thompson, Brendan Mitchell, the 3-0 pitch will miss, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk. So second walk of the inning. Mitchell now has just as many walks as strikeouts with 4 apiece, and Coach Maggio will come out here and talk it over with Mitchell with runners at the corners and Kindred-Richland 3 up, 3 down in the first. They had no hits prior to this, with just a walk in the second and a walk in the third. So this has been the best they've done against Mitchell so far at the plate for the Vikings. But now the tying run stands in the on-deck circle, and if Grant can get aboard, then all of a sudden the tying run would come to the plate in some capacity. So a lot of baseball still to be played, about halfway through this Region 1 contest here, part of the 2023 Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. Spellhaug will step in. Again, runner at third base is Swenson. Got a 1 RBI double, then earned third with a walk. This one will miss up and in. Now 1-0. 5 straight balls here from Braden Mitchell on the mound. When Thompson takes his lead from first. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Now 1-1. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here in Enderlin. Reggie Funk, part of our broadcast as well. He'll have the call of the next contest between Oak Grove, alongside with them, the Oaks Tornadoes. Breaking ball, that'll miss. 2-1. The Central Cass Squirrels so far, 5 runs on 6 hits. They've left 5 aboard. Kindred-Richland, 1 run off of 1 hit. This one will miss outside. Now 3-1. They've left 2 aboard so far for the Vikings. Mitchell behind the count, 3-1. Now 3-2. So 3-2 here for Mitchell. First full count since the third when he walked Hoyme. 3-2 pitch. This one foul back, and we'll do it all over again. Taking off early from first was Thompson. As going from the stretch to the windup now in the 3-2 was Mitchell. Swenson again at third. Mitchell looks in to Parker behind the plate. Takes a look at the runner at third and offers. 3-2 is popped up in the infield. Mitchell comes in and gloves it to retire this side. 1 run here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings off of 1 hit. There are no errors and 2 runners left on base. 3.5 complete here at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. It's 5-1 Central Cass on our Bank North scoreboard.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
Defensive change here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as Kylan Swenson will come on for Bryce Whipley. So Swenson will be playing in left field now for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And still in center is going to be Almaris. And then you have alongside with them in right field here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings is Hoyme. Covervig, Mitchell, Maggio, 2, 3, 4 batters in the lineup for Central Cass, up by 4. This one will miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Covervig, with a run scored in the first, is 0 for 2 today. Reached first on a fielder's choice. And the pitch. This one will miss as well. Now 2-0 for the Vikings. Still on the mound is Jack Wold on for his 4th inning of work. 2-0 offering. This one's going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop, Swenson. That's Jorgen across the diamond. Opgren there with the stretch. 6-3 on the putout. 3 pitches, and Covervig is retired. Mitchell with a single in both the first and the second, and then was lifted for a courtesy runner both times, with Broughton coming to score the second run of the afternoon for the Squirrels back in the first inning. Breaking ball in there for a strike now, 0-1. We'll get to a game recap here after this pitch for those of you just joined us here on your live event here on this Friday afternoon. 0-1. This one is going to be popped up, looks playable. Spellhau coming on alongside with the catcher, and just no one could quite get to that baseball quick enough or call the other one off, so it'll be just a strike now, 0-2. Kovarevic scored on a wild pitch in the first, and Macau had a 2 RBI single also to close out the first inning for Central Cass. It was 3-0 after 1. Then they added to it with a wild pitch. Scoring was Jackson Parker in the fourth, and Mitchell with an RBI single in the second. That's how Central Cass has plated their 5 runs today. This one's going to be hit in the air. This one going to center field, left center, and that's gone. It's a line drive homer for Braden Mitchell as he'll have a round tripper, and it's 6-1 Central Cass. The solo homer, the first home run of the afternoon for the Squirrels, and the pitcher helping his own cause right here with Braden Mitchell with a solo homer.
After the home run from Braden Mitchell, that brings up number 16, Carter Maggio.
And that one right off the bat sounded good. Just was wondering if it had enough juice to get out to left center field here, or at least have the height with that one. It just was over the wall for the home run. So now it's Carter Maggio, and Maggio will take a ball now, 1-0. Kindred-Richland with their lone run in the earlier part of this inning with a Swenson RBI Jorgen double. This one goes to the back, and that'll be out of play. Now will be 1-1. So unable between Wold Doctor and Spellhog to get that foul ball, cost them a run there with the solo home run here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they match their largest deficit here at 5 on our Bank North scoreboard. This one fouled back again, as it'll now be 1-2. Cooper Johnson due up next, and Noah Macau here as we work our way through the middle part of the order for Central Cass. The pitch. This one will go to the backstop now, 2-2. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings in the 5th inning, they will have their 9-1-2 batters coming to the plate, but currently gave that one run back that they scored earlier here in the top half of the 4th. Wold the pitch, 2-2. This one's going to be a sharp single, Sinai single up the middle. Back-to-back hits here now for Central Cass as they will have their 8th hit here of the afternoon. And now it's going to be Cooper Johnson, who's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout back in the first and grounded out to Jorgen Swenson at short his last time up. So 0 for 2 today. And the pitch. This one will be in there for a strike now, 0-1 to Cooper Johnson. Runner at first is Carter Maggio. Opgran holding him on there. Still just one down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This will miss for a ball, now 1-1. For those of you that are waiting for the next contest between Oak Grove and Oaks, that'll be coming up a little bit later than after the scheduled 2 o'clock hour. As Wold looks back at the runner at first, and the pitch. Breaking ball, that'll miss for a ball, now 2-1. So the Squirrels in this inning, a ground out by Kovarevic, a Braden Mitchell solo homer, and Maggio with a single so far. Wold with a 2-1. This one's going to be hit in the air, line drive shot right in front of the right fielder, Hoyme. Moving up 90 feet on the way as Maggio now runners at first and second. 3rd hit of the inning, 9th of the contest here for Central Cass. And coming up now will be Noah Macau, the sophomore first baseman, with a pair of singles so far here today and 2 runs driven in. So runner at first and second base here, batter number 6 in the lineup for Central Cass. And the pitch. This one is hit in the air, and that one's a deep shot to straightaway center field to the train tracks, and that ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer for Noah Macau, and the Squirrels have broken open here in the bottom of the 4th inning as they lead it 9-1. So Macau now will have his 5th run driven in of the contest after that 3-run homer.
After number 23, Noah Macau hits a triple home run.
Maggio will score, Cooper Johnson will come in, and Noah Macau with the 2nd home run of the inning. This is going to be the 3rd of the tournament of the Jamboree here. And all the runs will come in and score on top of it. So the Squirrels have broken open now here in the bottom of the 4th inning via the solo home run for Mitchell, and Noah Macau with the 3-run shot as well. 1-0 pitch on the way to Mason Bussey. That'll miss now 2-0. Bussey 0 for 2 today with a fly out to center and a grounder to third. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one's going to be hit on the ground. That'll go to Swenson. The shortstop goes across the diamond. 6-3 on the putout for out number 2 of the bottom of the 4th inning. The Mitchell home run was a line driver, Roddy. The Noah Macau was like a grand flare on the 4th of July firework that just kind of was hanging up there through the air, able to go to straightaway center to the train tracks for the home run. This one will miss up for a ball. That'll be 1-0. Batter number 7 here in the inning for the Central Cass Squirrels, Jackson Parker, so far today has reached base twice, is 1 of 2 with a single. There's a deep fly ball. That one to the warning track. Looking up, and it's the 3rd home run of the inning for the Squirrels. Jackson Parker joins Mitchell and Macau with the home run variety, and he'll have a round tripper. It's now 10-1 Central Cass.
Mr. Jackson Parker with a home run brings up number 12.
10-1 the Squirrels, and that might just about do it here for Jack Wold on the mound now for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So Parker with the solo homer. And it looks like Wold will have his day retired. We'll take a break, let you know about the new pitcher when we return here on your liveevent.com.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime value such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Well, the book is done for Jack Wold. He goes 3 2/3 innings here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. 11 hits, 10 runs, all earned, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts here on this one for Enderlin. It'll just be a straight switch here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as Bellhaug will come on now, and he will go from third base to the mound, and Jack Wold will stay in the game here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So coming into the inning, it was 5-1 Central Cass in the bottom half of the 4th, and they've opened it up. A solo home run by Braden Mitchell after they almost were able to get a foul strike, but for an out, but it ended up just being a strike between Spellhog and Doctor, unable to come down with it. A solo home run on the very next pitch. A 3-run blast then by Noah Macau and a solo homer by Parker. So what they'll do, Swenson will go from short to third now for Kindred-Richland, and Wold will play shortstop here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Traum will stay at second, and Upgren will be at first. 8th batter to the plate here for Central Cass. This one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Owen Cates and Carter Verkota due up next here for the Central Cass Squirrels. The pitch, that'll miss in the dirt now, 2-0. And now if Central Cass, dare we say it, gets another homer, we can talk about the 10-run rule going into the top of the 5th inning. Another homer or 1 run, that would be very much in play. This one will miss for a ball, now 3-0. Owen today hit by a pitch back in the 2nd with a run scored, then popped out his last time up in the 3rd. And for the Central Cass Squirrels, 5 runs again so far here in the inning. And the pitch, that'll be in there for a strike, now 3-1. So Spellhaug will come on in relief of Jack Wold. 3-1 offering, righty-righty. This one's going to be hit and laced down the left field line, and that one's going to be a fair ball. It's a single, rounding first, and good job there by Swenson. Ryan Swenson able to get hustling down the line to keep Cates to first, and that'll be another base knock here in the inning. And for the Central Cass Squirrels, Carter Verkota steps up to the plate. Carter 1 for 3 today with a single back in the 1st inning. So Verkota will step in with the runner again at first base in Cates, and that would be the 10-run rule runner. Kindred-Richland will have their chance in the top of the 5th no matter what the score is. But if that run does come in and it's 3 up, 3 down, the game would end through 4.5. Right now, it is a 1-0 offering on the way to Carter Verkota. And the pitch. This one's going to be popped up down the left field line. Swenson gives it a chase and was trying to make a nice glove diving catch. That'll be 1-1. Kindred-Richland, no runs through the first 3 innings, scored 1 in the 4th. Central Cass with 3 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, scoreless in the 3rd, and 5 so far here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff batter here for Central Cass. Spellhaug, 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, now 1-2. Sam Convervig is due up next if Carter can reach. Opgren holding the runner at first. 1-2 offering on the way. This one's going to be hit right to the 3rd baseman. Swenson goes across, and that'll retire the side. 5-3 on the putout. But the Squirrels send 9 batters to the plate, and they score 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. New score on a Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass leads it 10-1.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Enderlin Area Schools is committed to providing students with optimal learning opportunities so they can reach their full potential. Enderlin Area Schools creates learners who believe in the power of their education to help them learn, excel, influence their world, and direct their future. Enderlin Area Schools take pride in their school and community. For up-to-date information, go online to enderlin.k12.nd.us. Good luck to the Eagles participating in all activities throughout the year.
Top of the 5th inning between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Kindred-Richland Vikings sending their 9-1-2 batters. Owen Hoyme due up first, followed by Mason Almers and Jack Wold here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings in a contest that is just about 75 minutes old so far here from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. Brandon Mitchell, 4 innings of work, 1 hit, 1 run that was earned via the Jorgen Swenson RBI double back in the 4th inning with 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. This one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Hoyme with a walk his first time up in the 3rd, then where he's retired at second base, 4-6 on the putout. 1-0 pitch. This one swung on and missed, now 1-1. Brandon Mitchell trying to get 3 up, 3 down quickly, and then have Central Cass score 1 run in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll be in there for a strike, 1-2 for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. It's all about chipping away right now at a 9-run deficit and getting runners aboard. 1-2 pitch from Mitchell. This one will be in the dirt, blocked by Parker. Now 2-2. For the Vikings, able to get at least a runner on in 3 of the 4 innings against Mitchell, but outside of the 4th, no one was able to pass first base. 2-2, swung on and missed, and Mitchell gets his 5th strikeout of the afternoon. 1 down now in the top of the 5th inning. So Mason Almers will check in. 0 for 2 so far today with a ground out and a fielder's choice as he was able to reach base in the 3rd inning. Ground out to Kovervig back in the 1st as that one hops Parker. So now it'll be 1-0 with Jack Wold due up next here for the Vikings. The pitch. This one will be in there for a strike, now 1-1. Here's the pitch. This one swung on, now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. On the way to Mason. This one's going to be hit on the ground to the second baseman, Kovervig. Kovervig goes across for 3, and that'll be out number 2 here in this 5th inning.
After the out, they'll bring number 5, Jack Wold.
So 4-3 on the putout as Wold will come on here. Wold 0 for 2 today with a pair of grounders to the third baseman Cates and also to Mitchell his last time up in the 3rd. And the pitch. Oh, this one's going to actually hit the bat. It did. Or they're going to say it actually maybe hit the helmet. And you heard a tin or a little ping, so they're going to say it's going to hit the side here of Jack Wold. So that'll be a free pass. Hit by a pitch. And now runner will be at first base here with Jack Wold. So Jeremiah Doctor will come up for the Vikings, who's 0 for 2 today. Now the runner at first will be Wold. There's a quick flip back to first, not in time. And for Doctor, right now 0 for 2. We'll try to extend this inning. He'll take a strike now, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike with a runner at first and Wold. Mitchell looks back the runner and delivers. This one in there for a strike now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell with the pitch. That'll miss 1-2. After Dr. Opgrand is due up next. Central Cass with 3 homers, 2 solo, and a 3-run shot in the 5th inning. Taking full advantage of this one so far today. 1-2 pitch, did not go around. Able to stay through the zone there with Doctor. Now 2-2. So Opgrand again due up next. Runner at first is Wold. So far Mitchell 4 2/3 innings of work. 5 walks with 5 strikeouts today. This one is foul back. And we'll keep it at 2-2. Little part of the lineup has done some damage here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Swenson able with a double with an RBI with a walk. Max Opgrand able to reach base with a run scored with a walk. But right now Doctor trying to add to that here as a number 3 batter. Runner stays put. That'll miss. Makes the count full now at 3-2. So leaving from first early will be Wold. Macau not going to hold him on. As Mitchell looks into Parker. 3-2 pitch. This one will miss, and that'll have runners at first and second. So Doctor will be at first. At second will be Wold, and now it goes to Opgrand. Max will try to keep the line moving and find a way to get to Jorgen Swenson here in the 5th. Runners at first and second. Vikings down to their last out of the half inning as this one gets back to the backstop here in a wild pitch. That'll allow the runners to move up 90 feet. And Upgren will work ahead in the count 1-0 against Mitchell. Central Cass, again, batted around their last half inning. So Sam Covervig is due up next. This one is going to be swung on and missed by Upgrad, now 1-1. So the 2, 3, and 4 batters due up next as the Oaks Tornadoes and the Oak Grove Grovers await the final result of this one to get on the field. Swung on, and there is a strike on the way with Upgrad. Now Mitchell trying to get one more and retire the side. 1-2 went through. They'll have to go across to first, and they will on the strikeout. That'll be the 6th strikeout, and that'll retire the side. There were no runs. The Kindred Vikings leave 2 runners on with no hits and no errors. We played 4.5 from Hendrickson Field here in Enderlin on our Bank North scoreboard. It's 10-1 Squirrels on your live event.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Go to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Enderlin. The Squirrels, 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and 5 in the 4th inning. The least amount of batters that they've sent to the plate so far against the Kindred-Richland pitching staff is 5 back in the 3rd. But for the Central Cass Squirrels, they're 1 run away right now. If they score a run here in the 5th, it will be the mercy rule. And the Central Cass Squirrels will pick up the win and get their 3rd win of the season, while Kindred-Richland would pick up their 1st loss of the year. If the Squirrels are unable to score here, we would go to the 6th and the top of the 6th inning. And 7 innings of baseball. Once this one does come to a conclusion, we'll get to our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game and also our Enbridge Energy player of the game. That'll be coming up here on yourliveevent.com. And the pitch. This one going to be swung on and missed by Covervig, now 0-1. Covervig today with a run scored and a fielder's choice so far. And the pitch. That one going to miss for a ball. That'll be 1-1. As Spellhog looks in, this one will be grounded up the 3rd baseline foul at 1-2. Central Cass, 9 state tournament appearances. They're taking a look in just since 2004, made it in 04, 09, 13, 20, 21, and last season as well, back-to-back. This one will be in the dirt, missed. Well, for the Vikings, so far 7 state tournament appearances all time. 5 as Kindred-Richland, most recently coming back in 2017. Spellhaug with the 2-2. That'll miss for a ball, now 3-2. Brandon Mitchell due up next with a single in the 1st, 2nd, and a home run his last time up in the 4th. Covervig hits one on the ground. That's into left field, and Covervig gets a leadoff single. Covervig with his 1st hit of the afternoon. That'll be hit number 13 here for Central Cass. And Brandon Mitchell will be at 3rd base, coming up here at the plate. Covervig at 1st with Maggio on deck. Spellhaug, this one will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Braden Mitchell has helped his own cause today, both on the mound and at the plate. Trying to pick up the win here today for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Spellhaug and the pitch. This one's going to be hit on down the third base line and foul. Now it'll be 1-1 for Central Cass. Head coach, again, Dustin Maggio here. After this Enderlin Baseball Jamboree, they will host the Enderlin Eagles at 5 o'clock on May the 4th. Then they'll go to Thompson on May the 6th next week for Central Cass. The pitch. This one will be in the dirt, miss. Now 2-1. So Covervig will take his leadoff for first here with Opgrand holding him on. Spellhaug. And the 2-1. That's one in there for a strike, now 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way here to Mitchell. As Covervig takes his lead, and we'll do it all over again now at 2-2. Still to come, we have 4 more games. Oaks and Oak Grove, followed by Central Cass and Northern Cass, are our next 2 on the lineup. Then we'll get to our evening session, 2-2 pitch. That'll miss, now 3-2. Later tonight, the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rosso, Lidgerwood will play the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And then Oak Grove goes up against Northern Cass in the nightcap. So that's what's coming up later today here in Enderlin. So far, 4 hours of baseball. And the pitch. That'll miss for a ball. And for the Squirrels, that's their 4th walk of the afternoon as a team. Covervig at second, Mitchell at first, with Carter Maggio coming to the plate. Maggio hit by a pitch with a run scored in the first, was hit by a pitch in the second, and a single with a run scored in the 4th. Runners at first and second. This one's going to be hit a mile high. Swenson calls everybody off, and even the Squirrels head coach Dustin Maggio up the third base line. That'll be a pop-out, 1 down now here in the 5th inning as Cooper Johnson will step in. Cooper Johnson, a single with a run scored as well in the 4th inning. 1 of 3 today with a strikeout in the 1st. Spellhog so far has pitched an inning in relief. Has pitched 2/3 in relief. That one will be a wild pitch, and Covervig will take third base. Mitchell will take second. And Cooper Johnson now ahead 1-0 on the count. The game-ending run stands at third base here for Central Cass. Johnson with a 1-0 will take a ball, miss, now 2-0. Spellhog right now came in, gave up a couple of hits so far in relief, looking to not allow the Squirrels to score here in the 5th. That one in there for a strike at 2-1. Noah McCow is due up next here for Central Cass if Cooper is able to reach base. 2-1 pitch on the way. This one is going to be hit. That'll be to the shortstop, Wold. Wold goes across the diamond. It will not matter as that one will come in to score, and that'll be a final. So it'll be 6-3 with the run driven in. Coming in to score is going to be Covervig, and that's going to be your final here as the Central Cass Squirrels able to plate a run across in this one. Game that retires at 2:10. Game that goes just under 90 minutes, so 1 hour and 28 minutes today. The winning pitcher of record will be Braden Mitchell, while the losing pitcher of record here today will be Jack Wold here in this one. For the Central Cass Squirrels in that inning, they do score a run off of 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. Final today here in Enderlin between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 11-1 Squirrels. We'll get to our postgame show next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb, Luba, or Adam a call today at 437-2444. The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
As we come back here on our post-game show, join us from the Central Cass Squirrels. It is Braden Mitchell. And Braden, congratulations first and foremost on the win. Let's talk about just pitching. You went in that first inning 3 up, 3 down, able to get a bunch of grounders. What did you kind of feel from me on the mound early on in this contest?
Super comfortable with, those 8 guys backing me up. Did I have a strikeout first inning? I don't think so.
Nope.
All you got to do is put it over, and those guys got me, so it was good.
Yeah, able to finish with 6 strikeouts here today, but then the offensive firepower really got going in the 4th. When you can get a solo home run to start after you maybe got an extra life, so to speak, without that foul ball being caught, and then the very next pitch you hit it to left. A 3-run shot by Noah that was blasted, and Jackson Parker with a solo blast as well in the 4th. When you guys can get the bats going, what does it do for this team?
Well, first it makes going out there and pitching so much easier. And I don't know, it was good getting the bats going after Oaks, kind of slow, so it was fun.
What have you seen? You haven't really been able to play like anybody else, around here for the month of April. What's it like finally getting a 50-degree day and able to actually just get on a ball diamond no matter who you're playing?
It was sweet other than that snow in center field. It was kind of weird. Maybe that ball's caught, but I don't know. It was good. I thought it was fun.
Final thing for you here, Brendan. What do you just kind of hope to take moving forward for one more game here? Hope to see what happens tomorrow and then kind of get back at it next week. What do you hope to kind of take early into this season as you get into, game 4, 5, and 6 down the line?
Yeah, for sure keep the bats going and clean on defense. Makes the pitchers way easier.
Hey, Brendan, congratulations on the win and best of luck moving forward. That again, Braden Mitchell with us here for the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll continue on our post-game show after this.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground. It's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
As we're back here in the 5th through 5 again, the Central Cass Squirrels win it. And Central Cass is able to have in this one 13 hits in the game with 11 runs. They did leave 7 aboard, while for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they score 1 run off of just 1 hit. They do have a couple errors with 6 runners left on base. Winning pitcher of record again is Braden Mitchell. Complete game, 5 innings, 1 hit, a run against that was earned, 6 walks and 6 strikeouts. Wolf for the Kindred-Richland Vikings goes 3 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 10 runs, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Spellhog then able to go 1 inning in relief, does give up that last run. Central Cass with Braden Mitchell, he has 3 for 3 from the plate with a home run and a run driven in, while Noah McCow goes 3 of 3 from the plate with a run scored and 5 runs driven in here today for the Central Cass Squirrels. Torian Swenson with the RBI double for Kindred-Richland back in the 4th inning. It's now time to name you our player of the game. Well, we just heard from him moments ago, our Enbridge Energy player of the game here in this one goes to Braden, able to do it both on the mound and at the plate. as Brandon, the junior pitcher, with a single in the first, a single in the second, solo home run in the fourth, and reached base with a walk in the fifth inning. He reached all 4 times and able to pitch a complete game, 5 innings as well here in this one with 6 strikeouts and 6 walks. Brandon Mitchell is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Enbridge Energy, go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. From there, our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest is the home runs, the hits that we saw in the 4th inning. Brandon Mitchell with a line drive homer just over the left center field wall. A towering center field blast for Noah Macau in the 4th. A couple batters later with a 3-run homer and then a solo bomb by Jackson Parker to right center field for the Central Cass Squirrels. Those are our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. If your planter is not ready to go yet for the field, contact RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton at 701-636-2119 or visit their website at planterdoc.com as they wish you a very safe spring. And once you get in the fields and the roadways, RDK Enterprises is there to help you. So your final is Central Cass Squirrels 11, the Kindred-Richland Vikings 1. The Vikings dropped to 3-1 on the season. Central Cass now improves to 3-0. Next game coming up in about 20 minutes or so will be the Oaks Tornadoes and the Oak Grove Grovers. Central Cass will play Northern Cass following that, and Kindred-Richland will play following that against the Ball Stars later tonight here in the Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. More action coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com from Enderlin.